Angel. Can't get it. Now you got to get something off. Flagler. Oh, boy. Got to get it off. 3. And down goes number 1. Texas Tech on the road, and Mark Adams' team upsets unbeaten Baylor.
Texas Tech, again, in case you missed it, beat the number 1 team in the nation, beat the last undefeated team in the nation on a 21-game win streak. And we
the reigning champs.
The reigning champs from last year's tournament, 65-62. Amazing win. Brooks taking the shot there.
Celebratory shot.
Absolutely. This was amazing. This was amazing. Start to not. I don't want to say start to finish, but no, I'm not gonna. But it showed the grit about halfway through the first half and on.
Yeah, the 6:13 minute mark.
Yeah,
is where things start to change.
You just start seeing this team believe in what they're doing.
A lot of started out really low and grew from there. I mean, I started doing other things around the house mid first quarter, first half. So I was like, this probably isn't going to go well. They were hitting everything they wanted, making shots. We couldn't get anything. It was 9-0 before we scored, Yeah. And then, I mean, even with 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes left in the half, it was still 15 points. But we hung in there. We kept fighting. We would kind of draw it back in, let them get back out. And then we went on that run. And I was super happy just being down 5 at half. I was like, awesome job, guys. We're hanging in there.
Yeah, this has to be one of the most surprising regular season victories that I can remember from a Tech basketball team. Especially when you consider the way this game started. Like Dustin said, Baylor was hitting all their shots. I was like, it's going to be one of these games where Baylor just hits everything. There's nothing you can do about it. They're always making the extra pass. And the guy who catches the extra pass makes it. It's impossible to fin. And then if you watch about the 6:13 minute mark, as mentioned before, we kind of switch the defense up a little bit. We start kind of camouflaging and running some zones in there and then switching to man-to-man. And we just kind of keep doing this throughout the game where you don't know what we're running. It looks like we're starting off in zone and then we're in man, or we're starting in man and then we're in a little 3-2 zone. And I think that really threw Baylor off because they started turning the ball over. They weren't making their shots anymore. And all of a sudden, we're getting layups. We're getting an Adonli dunk. We're getting wide open O'Banner dunk. We're getting open looks over and over again. And now you got that creep in to where you're down by 5.
And then you kept fighting. You kept getting stops. They couldn't get good shots off, really. And you kept having dudes step up and make shots. I'd say this was the Adonis Arms game, even though he's been rising up our boards. I mean, I've been preaching his praises for about a month now, but this was his game for sure on a national stage. Fran Fraschilla was loving on him during the broadcast. If you listened, basically sounded like Fran Fraschilla grew up with him.
And then it's a testament to our offensive improvement is you kept executing every single time that it looked like Baylor could pull away. You go and you hit a shot. You hit a 3 to stay in it. You hit it, another basket. You get a stop. You tie the game. You just time after time that you needed something, you were able to get it. And then you claw yourself till you have a lead. And now it's just like bracing yourself. Can we hold on to the damn lead?
The surprising part to me when I was doing other stuff and halfway watching the game, I thought they kept scoring and doing really good things because I'd hear the crowd go off. And I'd turn around and it's Bryson Williams getting an and one or a Don. I was like, we have a lot of people there being very loud.
Did you?
That was
who was it that liked that tweet or something like that? Where it was like a comment that was like a Baylor guy.
Yeah, there was a
like
booster or somebody on their message board saying how disappointing it is they can't fill their own arena and they're defending champs. They can't get excited. Other teams come in here and make it their house and comfortable. And it's like, well, honestly, that's what we do to a lot of teams. Yeah. Ask TCU, ask Texas.
Yeah.
So that was awesome to have our people there, our support there to help our guys out. And I'm very impressed with McCullers as well. At one point I was even thinking to myself, we should just pull him and sit him because he is hobbling around and does not look good.
Yeah.
Don't want to get him more hurt when we're going to be down, 10 plus all game. And then we kept it close, and we needed him, and he actually played super good. He does not need to be a quarterback. I know that much from the last 2 minutes. So
at the end there, Kevin McCullough throwing some very questionable passes. A review that gave us all flashbacks to a certain game that I don't want to have to bring up.
I know.
We're able to overcome that. Davion Warren hits 2 clutch as hell free throws.
Only 2 points.
His only points of the game. Was a really bad offensive game for him. One of the probably his worst offensive game. And then he comes in and just cashes 2 free throws. And then Baylor with the ultimate horrible last possession of the game. Your defense locked him up. It was incredible, man. The fight in these guys is unreal. You have 2 games coming up still this week. At 15-point lead against the number 1 team, got to cash in. Hey, McCullough, let's get back on the bench, rest up. But you kept fucking fighting and clawing and scratching, and this team just has no quit in them. And it's just one of the most impressive victories that I've seen from a Tech squad, man. Just to claw back, fight, and then give yourself a chance to win, and then make the plays to win the game. Incredible. Man, the legend. The guy who probably had one of the most iconic plays in Tech history last night, Adonis motherfucking Arms, bro. He is quickly asserting himself as one of our just best overall players. And like Dustin said, we've been on it for a while here. We really liked what we saw from him to start the season. And as he's gotten more minutes, he's just taken full on advantage of it. He's embraced the challenge, and he's risen up for you. He plays great defense. He has an incredible block on a 3-pointer. At one point in the game it looked like they were just going to catch the 3, and he comes in from behind and blocks the 3. About 3 offensive rebound putbacks. One I've watched about 5 times, and I still don't know how he was able to tip that in.
There was a stretch of 2 minutes that he got 3 tip-ins.
Yeah,
you're talking about that impossible one that he missed the layup, and I'm pretty sure he hit the dude's hand to get it in. I don't think he touched the ball at all the second time, but it snuck in, which is a clutch putback at the time.
It was huge because it gave us a little 4-point cushion, I think, at that point.
It's 5, somewhere in there,
And then that dunk that's an NBA move. That is an NBA move.
Drive, spin, get up,
rise, finish on a dude who people think is an NBA caliber dude, and Matthew Mayer. You can't, with a minute to go in a close game, that fucking play. Oh, incredible. You can't say it enough. That's why I want to just have it on repeat. That's why I've watched it about 100 times a day. You can't say enough about that play.
I'm pretty sure Adonis Arms is hiding 2 basketballs for nuts, because it fucking took some huge ones to drive to the basket, spin, and then go over one of their top defenders. Love it.
Banner, Arms inside, he threw it down.
I'm gonna bring up one person and then kind of bring it to the group of everybody, like we kind of discussed. But somebody that had 0 points in 11 minutes, Marco Santos Silva. What a freaking animal on defense. I mean, you've noticed now, if you've paid attention to the last few games, we kind of do an offense-defensive sub with him and Kevin O'Banner. But Silva can switch onto any guard and play that dude. He picked the dude's pocket at one point in the game, 5 foot from the 3-point line. And then the last play, they switch onto him, their best 3-point shooter, the guy that's been killing us all game. And he shut him down twice, didn't let him get a shot off. He fumbled the ball twice because, Silva's big arms are there and he can't get out of the way of them. And he made it tough on him. And so, he's impossible to switch on to because he's really good at staying in front and making it difficult for the guy.
Everybody deserves an individual shout out on this. Kevin O'Banner, I thought he played a really damn good game offensively. He's still not hitting his threes consistently. He finally got, he got one again today, but he was really good down low. Had a really nice travel dunk there, but hey, they didn't call it, so it counts.
I described him though, he's still that guy, everybody watched him play the last 2 years, and on the scouting report, he's that, hey, he's going to make a 3. And if we keep putting him out there for 30 minutes, he will. And you got to play on him for it.
Well, what I think has been impressive about him is his buy into the defensive side of the ball. Yeah. And he's a big boy rebounder, man. He fucking gets in there. And he gets some really nice rebounds. Another thing that Adonis does too is he's just a clean rebounder. Another really good Bryson game from him, just consistent hitting shots, was really good around the rim.
2 other really good big
Clarence again just continues to be like an offensive spark that none of us really expected to have. His ability to finish around the rim at his size has been really impressive. He's able to cut and slash, get to the rim, and finish with contact. And then, of course, it feels like he gets 1 or 2 breakaway steals every single game that gets him a couple layouts. We can't talk about Kevin McCullough enough on like 60% of a foot. Comes out here, makes things happen, has 12 points. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, just like doing it all. He was moving the ball really well. It wasn't sticking with him. And then he hit a couple huge threes, but he was really impressive today for being a dude that was on half a leg. I mean,
half a foot and 3 steals.
Yeah.
Half a foot and 3 steals from Baylor.
Everybody played significant minutes in this, had an impact at some point of the game, and Davion Warren, didn't do much offensively, played tough defensively again, and then the 2 biggest free throws of his life, and he drains them. So it took a team effort, man, and that's the most impressive part about this is they all were like leading scorers and bought into this team and this defense and don't care about their numbers. They just play hard for each other, and you can see it in their celebration.
And another little defensive stat for you. Just looking at adjusted adjusted offense, Baylor's ranked 5th in the country. Kansas is ranked Baylor's ranked 4th and Kansas is ranked 5th. So you're talking 2 of the top 5 offenses in the country.
Mm-hmm.
You held Kansas to their lowest points of the season. You held Baylor to 20 points under. You held Iowa State to 20 points under their average. Those are not just like, oh, those are cool numbers. Yeah, that'll help you win. No, those are huge numbers.
Big.
Yeah.
Massive. That's just devastating any other team's offense.
Yeah, I think Baylor was averaging 81 points a game, and then they come in and they have 62. You can just call us off night because every time you play us, you're going to have an off night. You're going to score significantly below.
Catch y'all at the next tailgate.